Yo, what's good, guys? It's your boy RBLXAang here, and today I'm bringing everyone out there another Roblox scripting tutorial. And you may be wondering, why are you not on the Roblox Studio page? Well, let's go ahead and find out. Cue the music. Doo 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 doo. Dun, 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 dun. Wait, what? Hi, you noob. You were banned. Dabs? Oh yeah, guys, that's right. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make your very own band script today. Let's get right into it. Alright guys, so obviously the first thing you're going to want to do is do the Harlem Shake. Just kidding, that's old. You're going to want to insert a script into Workspace by right-clicking Workspace, going down to Insert Object, and then left-click Script. And then just for safety, you don't have to rename it, but I'm going to rename it Band Player Script. Alright, delete that. Oh, not that. I want to zoom that out for you guys. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do in this script, sorry, I almost just dropped my phone, sorry Dad. Anyways, the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to create a variable, and the variable is going to be named bands, but it's something new that I actually haven't shown on my channel before because I've only done 2 videos, and it's called a table. So to create a table, you're going to do curly bracket, opening, and then closing curly bracket, and that's it. That's called a table, and a table is just a place where you can store over like 5 different types of variables, and it's infinite. You can store as many variables as you want in it. Okay, so in this case, since there may be multiple players who are going to get banned, I'm using a table, and I'm not doing like band1 equals and then the player's name, you know, because that would take a long time. So really quickly, before we even move on, in this table, type your own name, and you'll see why later. Just trust me, type your own name. Mine is Eggman3456, just like that. That's how you gotta do it, okay? So once you have that, go ahead and drop 2 lines, and then what you're going to do is create a local function. And a local function is basically a pre-made function that's not actually working. It's like nothing has triggered it yet. Triggered. Too much memes, guys. Too much memes. Anyways, so basically you're just going to say local function, and then you're going to give your function name. And the name of your function is how you're going to access it later, okay? And you'll see how. Now, you notice that we have no parameters right now. Remember, parameters are visually undefined variables that come with certain events, but we're going to give player. So player automatically comes with the function checkband. So, you know, we're going to go ahead and use it, and we're going to put it to good use, okay? So now the next part you're going to do, I'm actually going to go ahead and write this out, and then I'll show you guys how to do it. So, and I'm also going to say it in case you're fast and you can keep along with me. So, for I equals 1, comma, space, hashtag bands, do, if player.name is exactly equal to bands, open bracket, I, close bracket, then player colon kick, there. Okay, so if you caught up with me, while I was typing and saying it, and you were like right on track, good job. Props to you. You should probably take computer class because you'd be really good at it. You'd be good as an accountant or something. Anyways, who cares about accountants right now? We care about Roblox scripting. So this is what's called a for loop. Okay, for loops are basically like a restricted while true do loop, which is basically while true do is basically, you know, an infinite loop, while for is a restricted one. So what we're saying is for I equals 1 hashtag bands. So hashtag bands is basically getting how many variables we have in here. So right now we have 1. So if we were to look at this while the script is running, it wouldn't be hashtag bands or number sign bands. It would be for I equals 1, 1. And what that's saying is I can equal any whole number between 1 and 1. And it will go through and do the following code until it has gone through every single number that is possible. So if it was 1 through 5, it would go I equals 1 and then go through. And then once it's done, it would go, okay, now I is going to equal 2. And it's going to go through and do that. And it's going to say, well, now I equals 3. And it'll, you know, it'll continue to do that until it reaches its max number, which is this second number right here, okay? Not 3 bands, hashtag bands, okay? So the next part is if player.name is exactly equal to bands I. So this has to do with a little bit about tables. So if you have multiple variables in a table, let me go ahead and write some names. Sorry, Tim, but crushing power, reindeer, Maddie, because I love her. Just kidding. Sorry, Maddie. Okay, so anyways, there's a way to access these variables independently based on a number. So what you can say is, so try this. Put in multiple values and say print, and then the table name, so bands, and then do an opening bracket, and then let's say you have 3 numbers. Choose a random number between 1 and the max number you have. I have 3. I'm going to put 1 just because it's my name and I know what's going to happen. And then you do a closing bracket, and then you do parentheses. And if you go to play and you click view and you go to output, you'll see that it prints Eggman 3456. Now, why does it print Eggman 3456 and not Crushing Power or Reindeer Maddie? That's because it's the first variable that it finds. So let's say the first variable it finds is 1337, right? 1337. So basically what it's doing is it's going through the table and it's finding the I variable, which is basically if I is 2, then it's going to go to the second variable, and then it'll compare that second variable of the table to the player's name. So that's what that's doing, alright? So once that happens, if it is equal, then we're going to kick the player. Simple as that. Player : kick, and then open parentheses and close parentheses. And if you even want to spice it up a little more, inside the parentheses you can write your own ban message. So I like to say, you were banned by a server admin. Just like that. So that's just me. That's just how it works. So, you know those red little banners, like when a game shuts down and you see that red banner at the top that has white text? That's basically what this is, : kick, okay? So it'll create that banner there, and then this is customizing the message on that banner, okay? So just a little inside of what's going on, okay? So then that's all the function there is, okay? Then you're going to skip 2 lines and you're going to say game.players.playerAdded : connect function, open parentheses, close parentheses, hit enter. There's no parameters for this one, and you'll see why in a second. Now we're actually going to be able to run this function because so we're going to do it. Sorry, okay, let me restart here. We're going to be able to run the function because the player is added. How do you know? Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect to that function to when a player has added, okay? But I need to know which player it is. How am I going to know which player it is? And here's where for loops come in again. Now there's not just one for loop, there's many, but I'm going to be showing you 2. So the second one is going to be, it's a little bit different and it's a little bit harder to explain, but bear with me guys, okay? I'll get better as I continue to do videos and I grow older and excel more, okay? So you're going to say for I, v in pairs, open parentheses, game dot players : get players, open parentheses, close parentheses, and then closing parentheses, and then space do, and then hit enter, okay? So this is saying basically we're taking these 2 variables, combining it into one, and then we're going to compare it to game.players : get player. And that's basically telling us who joined. So we're going to take this and compare it to the player who joined and what number they are on the leaderboard, basically. So I is their number and V is their name. In this case, it's number and name because it's players and it's not get children or whatever other things you can put in there. I can't think of any right off the top of my head, but I think that if I spent time then I could. But let's go ahead and stay on track here. So basically, let's say I join in and I'm 7th in the leaderboard. Then this number right here is going to, this variable right here is actually going to be turned into a 7. And then this right here is going to be turned into my name. Just like that. And that's not how you actually write it. right? But still, that's how it would look like. 7, Angman 3456, IV. See, I'm just doing this to give you kind of that look there. So that's what's going to do. So now we know which player has joined because V tells us so. That's the player that's joined. We don't have to worry about, their rank on the leaderboard just because, it has nothing to do with being banned. Okay? So now what we're going to do, the last line, all we have to say is the name of the function that we previously wrote. Remember, it's called checkban. So that's how we access it, by saying checkban. And we're going to checkban, but we have parentheses here. What are we going to do it on? We're going to do it on V, or the player who joined. So remember, if I am the player who joined, Angman3456, then V is going to be represented by Angman3456. And what this is doing is this is a parameter right here. And what it's doing is taking this function and putting it here, where instead of the parameter is player, it's actually going to be the player's name, Angman3456. And then it will go through and do this for loop, then the if then statement, and then if it's all true, then we're going to kick the player, okay? So let's go ahead and test it out here. What? I'm not kicked. I have my name here, and this is how we do the script. I know it is. Nothing came out in the output. Then it's most likely what's called a server issue. So basically, you can't test it out in Studio because Studio is where you work, and if you get banned, well, that's going to be bad. Okay, so exit out. Remember to save, and then you're going to actually play the game. Okay, and I'm joining. There we go. And see, now it works. You were banned by a server admin. Okay, that's our private message. We got the ban part right, and it works. Okay, now let's go ahead and I guess I'll be courteous here, and I'll show you guys a way to actually test it in Studio. I guess. Okay, there's only going to be one thing that you need to change though, and I'm going to go ahead and just add it here. Player 1. Type in the name player 1. And you know what? You don't even need your name there, because if you keep it there, you're going to be banned from your own game, which makes no sense. Anyway, so what you're going to do is you're going to go to the test tab right up here, right? You're going to go to here, click on server, and then go down here and select 2 players, and then you're going to hit start. You can also hit F7, it's the same thing. I have to do this here. So see, it's loading in the server, and now it's loading in player 1, and then it's going to load in player 2. Okay, so here's player 2. It doesn't say player 2 in the band name, so I'm able to move around. But I don't see player 1 anywhere. If there's player 2, we automatically know there's player 1. But I don't see anything. Well, let's go ahead and check player 1. That's why they were banned. Now the ban message, of course, doesn't show up in Studio, but it will show up in the game. Okay. So just hit cleanup to fix that, and it will, erase all of those, and then you can go here and do whatever you want with this. Okay. By the way, if you want to add more people, it's just quotation mark name, quotation mark, comma, space, and when you're done, you just type in their name and just leave it at that. Okay. Yeah, that's basically it for you guys. There you go, your own ban script. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Okay, sorry about that guys. It's too late to edit it out, but I don't care. Mistakes are gonna be mistakes, and if I'm gonna, be true to you guys, you have to see my mistakes. Anyways though, thank you for watching so much guys. I super duper duper appreciate it, especially since I'm a new channel here, and just kinda, trying to spread. Thank you to the 7 people who already subscribed to me. I won't really thank my subscribers that often. Just kidding! Thank you guys so much, and I super duper appreciate it. Remember to share this, tell your friends, follow me on social media, and watch my last video. All of that stuff will be in the description below. Can't really think of anything else to say, but sorry for my mistake a little bit back. and I want you guys to have a nice day, and I will see you guys later. Good.